Hello, beautiful people! Today we're doing the Requiem for a Dragon quest. It's finally time to put Vorkath's soul to rest. You'll need 30 white marble and 30 white oak, 5 greater and soap bars, and to defeat some foes, so bring combat gear and a shark or two. We'll also perform 2 rituals before this is through. So make sure you have some ink and candles on you, then sit back, relax, and I'll show you what to do. Okay guys, this is a real-time guide. I'm only going to talk when there's something to say. First, we're going to head to Fort 4 and 3 and talk to Aster to start the quest using option 1. I also tried not to use any fancy teleports, so if you're triggered by lodestones and running around, sorry in advance. I try to make the guides as relatable as possible. But yeah, anyways, we're going to talk to him about Requiem for a Dragon, accept the quest, and then we're on our way. To get to Ungael, we're going to use the boat next to the house in the grove east of the fort. Make sure you click on the boat and say yes, continue the quest, instead of just traveling. Once on Ungael, you're going to see a bunch of Zemouregal scouts. We need to kill them, then head to the Colossal cave, pass them, and enter it. Once we're in the cave, we're going to run all the way north until we see the ancient ritual site in Vorkath. Approach Vorkath and choose the friendly options to help Vorkath out. Violence is not the answer. Then study Vorkath using the neutral option, and finally choose to save Vorkath's soul using the necromancy option. After going through all the options, you're going to get a crystal shard in your inventory, inspect it to continue the quest, then leave the cave and enter the fortress on Ungael where the Archivist is. Once you're inside of the fortress, run up and go through the door that is located on the south wall right before the statue. Inside of the room, you're going to kill the translator and grab the Zemouregal translator's notes that it drops. You also need to inspect the Dragonkin mural on the west wall and talk to the Archivist about the mural, potion, focus, and shard. You can find the items and talk to the Archivist in any order. Mine is a little choppy because we were doing it without a guide. Okay, now that we are armed with knowledge, let's head back to Fort 4 and 3 and talk to Zemouregal. You can find him by going down the floor hatch next to the command center. When talking to Zemouregal, choose option 1 to display your necromancy skills, then option 3 to ask what he did to Vorkath, and then option 4, I've heard enough. That's all you have to do. I wasn't sure what I had to do, so I went through all the options just in case, but that's what the spacebar is for. Once you're done talking to Zemouregal, teleport to the city of and go talk to Death to continue the quest. Just go ahead and go through all of the chat options. Next, we need to talk to the Tree of Balance south of the Archaeology Guild. It is faster to teleport using the Archaeology Journal, but we're taking the scenic route and running from the Varric Lodestone. Life moves too quickly, sometimes it's nice to stop and smell the cabbages. Once you're talking to the tree, you can choose option 3, let's get straight to the point to continue the quest. Okay, once you're done talking to the tree, grab your archaeology gear and head to the memorial to Guthix. I use the memory strands in my currency pouch to teleport there, but you can also run northwest from the Eagle's Peak Lodestone. Outside of the memorial on the ground, there are 2 debris piles to uncover. Each contains a part of the beacon that you need to make. Uncover them and excavate them until you receive each piece. Head south of the memorial to find the piles. I just cut out myself gearing up for archaeology. I had to go back to the bank because my Grace of the Elves was out of porters, but you definitely don't need them. There is a deposit box located right next to where you're digging. Once you have both halves, go back to the Tree of Balance. This time you'll choose option 1 to deduce the glyph order, and then you have to choose the correct order. The order is Change, Elemental, Commune, Change. Now that is done, let's head over to the Archaeology Guild and restore the beacon. I use the Archaeology Journal to teleport there, but you can just run over. You're going to need 30 white oak, 30 white marble, and 5 greater ensouled bars for this step. After restoring the beacon, take it back to the Tree of Balance and show it off, then head back to the city of and talk to Death. Okay, now we're going to need to perform 2 rituals. First, go to the ritual site in the city of and perform the Soulfarer ritual with the Soul Beacon. This requires 1 Elemental 2 glyph, 2 Change 2 glyphs, and 1 Commune 2 glyph. Make sure you have ink and candles on you to set up the ritual site. You might not need them here, but you're definitely going to need them for the ritual site in Ungael. Once the first ritual is complete, head back to Ungael using the boat and the grove at Fort 4 and 3. You are going to need combat gear for this next part, so stop by a bank if you're not already geared up. Return through the Colossal cave where you found Vorkath and repair the ancient ritual site in front of Vorkath. There are 13 spots to repair, 6 glyph spots, 6 candle spots, the pedestal, and the platform. After the site is repaired, set up the Soulfarer ritual with the Soul Beacon. Once you start the ritual, a cutscene will play. After the cutscene, kill Vengeance and start the ritual. Vengeance will respawn. Close all the shadow rifts that spawn on the ritual site, and when you're done, a cutscene will play before you see the ritual actually complete. After the cutscene, inspect Vorkath's body, then return to the city of and talk to your old friend Death. He's gonna tell you that your effort wasn't in vain and tell you to go look in the garden. Run southeast towards the Ghost Troll dungeon to the garden, where you're going to see Vorkath lying on the ground. Approach Vorkath again for a feel-good moment. And finally, head back to Fort 4 and 3 to talk to Zemouregal by entering the floor hatch next to the command center. And that's it, quest complete. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the guide. Like, subscribe, share, and most importantly, be kind to one another. See you next time, friends.